What is going on, everybody? Today we're looking at the Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Series Target exclusive Tiger Force Dusty and Python Patrol Crimson Guard. So we have another wave of Tiger Force and Python Patrol characters. So first off, we have Dusty for the G.I. Joes, again in the Tiger Force design. So we'll have like those tiger stripes you can kind of see there. And if we spin it on the back, you can see more of his design. Of course, we've already had Dusty, so it's not going to be very much different. Same body, just repainted. So he looks cool overall for the Tiger Force design. And then we have the Python Patrol with the Crimson Guard. So it'll have the yellow and like gray design stuff, as you can see there, with all its accessories as we've had before with the Crimson Guard. So both of these look really cool and I'm excited to check them out. So let me get them out of the box and we'll take a look at them together. So let's start off with Dusty, of course, in the Tiger Force design. We've looked at Dusty already before. His real name is Ronald Tatter, and he's an expert in desert warfare. But of course, he's in the Tiger Force design this time, so he has the tiger stripes design that usually intends to have like orange, yellow, green, that sort of colors with tiger stripes on it. So you can see his green shirt with the yellow tiger stripe design, so it almost looks like Battle Cat from He-Man. So pretty cool to have that. Love, of course, like the designs on his shirt where it has his last name of Tatter and G.I. Joe there. Of course, has the straps going around on his shoulder with like a camo back, so like a straw thing to provide water to him. Of course, love that he's got the stripes on his face as well, so he got like the mud stripes going down on his face, which is cool, and has pretty much the exact same face design as we saw before. And as before with the last one, I complained the neck is too tall, and this one is as well, so no real surprise there. But it just seems like his neck is just way too tall for some reason. But I love how underneath we got like this orangish reddish color shirt design. I don't know exactly what it'd be, but some sort of colored shirt design in there. Of course, the straps continuing down and around his waist, and then he's got these like green, less bright olive green pants on that goes all the way down. So same pants as before, just again in that different color. And then he's got brown boots, and then of course there's a little shin holster there for a knife and stuff. So overall looks pretty cool with the Tiger Force design. Of course, I'm never too crazy about these. I always like just the normal ones more, but overall I think he looks pretty decent. But let's do his movements. So his head can twist all the way around. So of course he has the upper head joint there, the twist, but his neck will also twist a little as well. And then he can look down that far and up that far. So pretty decent range in the neck there. Shoulders can come up to 90 with that butterfly joint and rotate around. We get a bicep twist and the double elbow joint that's a little bit stiff but can bend all the way up on itself there, so really good for that. And the wrist will twist around and hinge up and down, of course kind of deep in there with that sleeve design, but can hinge up and down a little. Then we go to the ab crunch, so we have the ab crunch in the middle, so crunch back and forth, so nice crunching. And then it should also be able to crunch at the waist a little and twist all the way around. Then we got the hips that can come up and out to the side, so he can perfectly do the splits. Of course the hips are a little bit dropped down, so you gotta push them up there. Thigh twist all the way around. Then double knee joint that can bend up that far to the back. He can pretty much kick his own butt. We get a shin twist at the top of the boot, and then the foot can flex back and forth and twist side to side. So pretty good movements in the pretty standard G.I. Joe movements. So nothing out of the ordinary, but pretty good movements overall for that. So love having all those movements. So the figure overall is just like the last one. And then we get all his different accessories. So first we got his backpack. So nice backpack here, of course, just all in the same color, but you can see like the canteen designs and all the pockets are completely filled there. So we can take this and stick it into the hole in his back, so it'll sit on his back like that. Then we get a set of goggles. So like with the last one, we have a set of goggles we can take and slide onto his face. So there he's got a set of goggles now on his eyes, but we also get a set of goggles that come with the hat. So we get his normal hat, but it's in green this time, and so we can take the goggles and slide them on top of that. So there I got the goggles on hat, and we can slide the hat on there just like that. And of course we had issues with the last one, like just the way the hat sets on his head is kind of weird and a little bit too loose. So we ended up fixing that by taking his other set of goggles and turning them around and putting them on the back of his head and just have the strap on his forehead. So kind of putting it on like that and then putting the hat on, and it kind of fills the hat out a little more and keeps it sticking on his head. You can position it, it won't fall off or anything then. So that's a good way. So you can also store those extra goggles and get the hat to stay on his head as well. So that works out. Then of course we also get a knife to go down in his boot holster. So we have that. So we have the little thing, we can just slide the knife down in there. And then of course he comes with his same gun, the FAMAS, but this time it's got some green on it and some brown on the bipod and stuff. So that is pretty cool. So let's put this in his hand. So there's the gun in his hand there. So I just kind of have him relaxed holding the gun there. So that is pretty cool overall to have this version of Dusty. As I mentioned, of course, have the normal version. So here we have that. Of course, I definitely like that one because it makes him stand out and more unique and stuff. But this one, of course, goes perfectly with our other Tiger Force members. So let's bring them in. So there's Dusty with the rest of our Tiger Force members. So we have 5 members so far and continues to grow. So very cool to have Dusty now added in with the rest of our Tiger Force team. And then we also got the Python Patrol Crimson Guard, which of course with the Crimson Guards, they're the most elite troopers of Cobra's armies, and they serve as political officers for the Python Patrol, and overall have the similar sort of Python Patrol design with a lot of the yellow and red colors, as well as having the like cross design or the crisscross design like on his chest, especially and stuff, which is supposed to help with not being able to be detected by radar, but overall has the exact same Crimson Guard design. So same helmet, just in black this time with a silver faceplate, and love like the red visor there. So that's really cool. And then we have the all yellow outfit for them instead of like the normal red with the chest covering that again has that crisscross design in the gray with the Cobra logo, and then some rankings and stuff there on his chest, and even some of the cord there around on his shoulder, you know, all ranking stuff. So that's cool. Black gloves on the hands. I love how they have like the point coming down just like the normal Crimson Guard. Of course, belt around the waist with the V design on it, and the gray colored pants. Love all the pattern stuff, thigh holsters and everything, and going down to the black boots that look pretty cool and have little pockets on the side and stuff. So overall looks pretty cool. But the Python Patrol have never been characters I really care too much for. I don't really care for their colors and designs and stuff, but it's just cool to have another one to add to the collection. But for movements, the head will twist all the way around, and you can't look down that far and up that far, so very little movements in the head for them. The shoulders can come up to 90 and have the butterfly joint back and forth and rotate all the way around. We get a bicep twist and the double elbow joint that'll bend up that far at least. So can't bend up as far as Dusty, but still decent. Wrist twist around and flex up and down. We have the hinge there again that can go up and down. And then we get the ab crunch in the middle, so crunch back and forth. And then we have the crunch at the waist and twist around there. Then the hips can come up to 90 and out to the side, can do the splits. Once again, a little bit of stiffness though in the hips, but yeah, those drop down hips, we got to push back up. Thigh twist all the way around. The double knee joint that can bend that far to the back, so almost kicking his butt. Then we get a shin twist at the top of the boot, and the foot can flex back and forth. Pretty stiff though, but can flex back and forth and twist side to side. So pretty much the same movements, just doesn't have as much range, and there's a lot of stiffness on this figure, unfortunately, so hard to get all the movements. Now for accessories, we of course get a lot of the same stuff with all of them. So first we get their backpack all in black. Love how it's the silver Cobra there in the center, but overall same sort of design, so this can be pegged in the back, so it just sits right there. And for weapons, we get a knife, so we have a nice knife with the red handle. It has like the little snake design on that, so we can take this and stick this into the thigh holster here on the right, so it'll just slide right down in there. We also get a pistol, so a nice all black pistol with the like snakeskin design on the handle, so that's cool. And this can go into the left leg holster, so it sits down in there. We get a sword with a sheath, so we have the sheath that we can peg in, so we can either peg it into the backpack, so stick it on the backpack there, or we could even peg it into the hole here at its waist, so peg it in there. Probably just stick it up in the backpack for now so it's out of the way, so it can peg on there. And finally we get their rifle that has the bayonet on the end of it, so pretty cool rifle with red there on the stock. Of course has the magazine. I forgot on the Dusty, it does have the magazine that you can take out and has all that, so that's pretty cool with the bayonet on the end, so we can put this into his hand. Of course on the other side of the backpack it does have like the square cutout, so you can take and pop that on there, so it can be stored there, or we can just go ahead and put it into his hand. So let's do that. So there's the gun in the Crimson Guard's hand, so that looks pretty cool overall, you know, pretty similar to the rest of our Crimson Guard, just obviously with that Python Patrol design this time. So overall pretty cool. Now since this is like a troop bureau, you know, not a named character or anything, we of course as usual do have two of them, so I have to give all the accessories to this one, so we can have our two Crimson Guard for the Python Patrol. And then just so you can see the comparison, here is the normal Crimson Guard, so you can see that obviously what it looks like normal in stuff, with all the red of course being a part of the Crimson. And then we have it now for the Python Patrol, and with that we can add it in with the rest of the Python Patrol. And there's the rest of our Python Patrol, of course, now with the Crimson Guard added in with the Cobra, Trooper, the Viper, and the Bat. So very cool to have all the Python Patrol now. Like I said, not crazy about the colors, but I think it's pretty cool having with all the yellow and red color design. Looks pretty cool, so awesome to have the Crimson Guard now. Well, that's going to be it for these G.I. Joe Classified Series Target exclusive figures of the Tiger Force Dusty and Python Patrol Crimson Guard. Both are pretty cool. As usual, you don't really need to get these if you have the normal one. So definitely with Dusty, you know, I like the desert colored one with the tans and stuff much more than the Tiger Force. And of course with Crimson Guard being the crimson in the name goes for red, so it's better with the red version as well. So if you have those, you're perfectly fine without these, but these are just ones that if you want to have them, you can get them, but they're definitely not necessary. But let me know what you thought of these two down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this review, let me know with a thumbs up. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.